Right.
Right, we're going to make little square boxes today.
Okay.
They're like that
Oh,
when
very
we finish, depending
Right.
on the size that you make for a start. And you need a square to start. So you take a piece of A4, I'll just do this one to start, and you fold it. And the only disadvantage of doing it this way is that you end up with folds in the lid, which have to be covered with ribbon or something.
Alright.
So that gives you your square in there, and you cut that bit off. Right. But the way I prefer is just to use the square cut by the trimmer.
Yes.
And what's quite good is getting these papers, Papermania papers, and some of them are quite horrendous, as you can see, but they're a good start. And the first thing you do is take your paper, which is going to be the lid, your ruler and your pencil, and you want to find the centre. So you just go corner to corner, the diagonal. You don't need to draw the whole line. If you just draw a bit in the middle, just to get it like that. Excellent. Turn the paper round and do the same, corner to corner, diagonal, and get where it crosses, and that will be your centre. Excellent. Now you have the pointy sides to your tummy, and you fold in to the very middle point that you have made. Turn round and do the same with the opposite one. Like that. Try and be as accurate as you can for a neater finish. Then holding that, you bring a straight edge into the middle. Smooth. When you're doing it with card, it's quite good to use the bone folder just to smooth along the line, but the paper's so easy.
Alright.
Come round and do
What's
the other
your
one.
bone folder like then?
It's a strong piece of plastic of different kinds.
Is it like a hair marker?
It's like this.
Oh, it's a hair marker, I call it, yeah. Got one of those.
A hair marker?
Hair marker, yeah.
Right. Then you take your scissors. And the bit facing you like a tie, almost lift it up and cut that line right down till it meets where you folded over, like that.
Just on one or on four?
Then you do it on the other ones,
The same side, or all of them?
all four of them,
Okay.
right up to the, like that, so you get a tie shape in the middle. Turn it round and do the other two the same.
Okay.
Now where you've cut to, that's where you fold, keeping it straight. And you would do that if it was cardboard you were using.
Right, okay.
The fingers are usually strong enough for the paper ones. Same on the other side.
Very clever stuff, this.
And the other two. And these are the flaps that are going to hold the box together.
Okay, alright, okay.
Alright. And you can already see this is how it's going.
Yes,
you see the shape it's going to be.
Excellent.
So you pick up one of your ends and you fold a fold where
Where the cut edges are.
where the cut edges are. That's right. You're making your wee square in the centre.
Same other end.
That's right.
So you could easily make this bigger, I'm sure, couldn't you?
The trick is getting a piece of card the right size.
Yes. I could see that.
You can buy 12 by 12 pieces of card, so you'd need 2 of them obviously to make a box.
Yeah.
But if you're buying them, it's quite expensive for a piece of
card.
Oh,
we've got card in the house.
if you've got something suitable, that's great. There are actually other folds you can make to make it easier, but I'll not show you that until we've put it together. So you bring that one up like that,
On the outside.
so that the folded bits are inside
Uh-huh.
and the tie bit is on the outside.
Uh-huh.
And then you just hold that and tuck it in and make your fold there. Push down until you get that other point going into the centre.
Increase that.
Increase it. You can use this, it's quite useful for going inside like that and really getting it.
Yeah. Is that right? These ends tucked in
Yep.
like that?
And then
That's how I did it.
fold
I
over.
found that the best way to do it that way round.
It's just whatever way is easiest for you. You can pre-crease these folds if you want. Take it back out and
Yes.
make them. So that's a lid.
Ah, no, there's something not gone quite right here. Not as accurate as I should be.
And surprisingly enough, although it's made from paper, it's reasonably strong.
This is, well, it's my first one.
Of course, you can't expect.
Not quite perfect. I've got a gap.
I think that's
It's
pretty good
not been
actually.
quite accurate.
Maybe just that wee bit at the top there.
Is it? Yeah.
If that's just a wee bit.
I had tried to pull it in there, so but I think it's a wee bit
I mean,
not quite.
to get
right, but never
100%
mind.
inside, I find is quite tricky.
It's pretty good.
You can actually put a wee blob of glue for these
I would
four come
probably
together
do that.
if it's not
Yeah,
sitting well,
I think I
so
might
that
well do
it closes up and holds.
that. Yeah.
Right, now to do let me see the two.
Oh, it's not too bad.
The next thing you get is you take white card usually or something
Yeah,
to tone.
yeah.
You cut the 8-inch square with your trimmer, but remembering it is the box bottom, it has to be very slightly smaller.
Yeah.
So you take off what is known in the trade as a smidgen that side, and then
it's exactly for this reason.
and the adjacent side another 2
Yeah.
millimetres. It doesn't matter just how much, just as long as they're both the same.
A wee bit, yeah, and a wee bit.
Fine.
Okay.
One side
And then the
side
other,
out,
yes,
and that
okay.
makes another square.
Just
So you do the exact same again. You get your ruler and pencil and mark the
Okay.
centre with the diagonals. Oh, you've gone for all the way. Do the other one.
Oh, yes. So just the same.
It's just the same.
This is actually more difficult to do because that tends to push in when you're folding, doesn't it?
The card does make it more tricky, so
Well, I
that's
found
why
myself doing it with the paper just because I didn't realise that was what was happening. I wasn't careful.
the fun is you can spot our mistakes. Once you've got the 4 bits cut, you do the folding. Strengthening bits. Right, so you should have the 4 flaps which hold the box
I'm
together
being close.
to make a good fold just where the cuts are. Same at the other end.
You want the thing?
With one hand. And bring the other one up like that. And don't do it the way you did with the paper. Holding like that.
Yeah.
With your thumbs and your 2 fingers there.
Yeah.
So that it's not slipping as you flap that over.
Yeah. I will do my best, ma'am.
And then pull the other one right in so that it's as near to the point in the centre as you can manage. And then you can use the creaser to make it stay. Same again.
You cut that flat in usually.
They come together at the top.